Hey everybody, it's Amy Graham, the Badass Valkyrie, and I wanted to take you guys through my self-care weeks and how I've been doing with tracking my self-care. And then I also wanted to take you through the setup for my July through December this is my Hobonichi Techo Avec, and it is the second half of the year, July to December. It's actually in a Lotus Elohir cover, which also includes just a random notebook and the full Hobonichi Techo that I use for tracking my rune of the day. But I love this cover, and then I get into this every morning during my morning meditation, and so that's why I just tuck it in there. But I wanted to show you what I'm doing for self-care, how I've been going through it, the issues I've been having, and just kind of where I'm at with it, because it's been a while since I've updated this for you guys. This is in my Chic Sparrow Daphne Odyssey cover, and it matches my Daphne A5, which is normally where my cousin Avec stays. You guys can see there's a little theme. I haven't got my other die cut in there, but yeah, there's a little theme for self-care there. But these are the Daphnes that I have. And then this is the Wickham. And so you can kind of see a slight difference in the oranges. But yeah, I love this Daphne so much. Oh, so much. This I actually got off of, one of my viewers contacted me and asked me if I wanted to purchase it because it has the 3 rings and the 3 sets of dots, and it's exactly what I love. And even though it doesn't have a name or anything on it, I love it so much. Oh. So this is what I keep my regular weeks in, and it's the Ultraman weeks that I got from Japan. I actually had to order that from overseas to get it here. But I love it, and it has made me very, very happy. So that's my inside cover. I just keep my little stencil there, and then I've got various stickers and such. And with here, I try to keep track of my what I do for Finding 52 every week. There are some weeks, April was hard. May, very hard. You can see I'm going in spurts, and I have been trying to keep track of at least the days and how I'm feeling in here, which is kind of why I brought that in here for you, to see if I can figure out what type of cycle or if there were anything or things that happen that send me off onto like a I don't want to plan kind of week. So this was May. This is June. Yeah, this month was quite possibly the worst month I've had in many, many, many years. And so many things happened that I was just like, I am barely surviving, much less going to try to plan or do anything like that. So yeah, June 2020 can go straight to hell. This is July, and as you can see, I'm doing much better. There's still a couple of open spots, but that's okay. If I have dates that I don't put something in there, so be it. This is today, and I usually do this in my reflection at night, and so there you go. I have done my Finding 52 of the week, and I actually finished up binge watching season 3 of Eureka. Yesterday, I was not feeling great. Come Friday night, Saturday, I got out and did a couple of errands and stuff, but I just wasn't feeling great. And so I literally all night last night pretty much just sat on the couch and finished watching Eureka. And that for season 3. And that has been so good. So, and there are episodes that I remember and episodes that I'm like, I know I have never seen this. And Greg's like, of course you did. We saw it together. And I'm like, I don't even remember it. But that was when it was around 2015, and that was the height of my fighting when I first started And so if it wasn't fighting related, there's not a lot that I remember about that. So next week we have Greg's 51st birthday on the 30th. So I'm very excited about that. So far I've finished watching the series Warrior Nun, seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Eureka. And Greg and I sat down on a date night and watched Greyhound. And then our regular shows that we're finishing out, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then this is August, getting ready to go. And here I just kind of write one thing a day that made me happy for that day. And that's what I put here in this. Let's get to, I'll show you, this was the end of May, or middle of May, end of May. As you can see, you know, it's hit and miss, hit and miss. This is the start of June. I really wanted to get into June, and then June just started kicking our ass. And it was a hell month. So even though it was a hell month, I still managed to get a little bit done in these. And, you know, just trying to keep up as best I could. Then absolutely nothing. Again, almost absolutely nothing. This was pre-done. And so I just left it. And then we start July here. So the beginning of July, I was like, I'm just burned out. I'm tired. I'm burned out. I tried to do some things in here at the beginning of June or July, and it just didn't work. And then we got some of the new stickers through the kits, and I was like, oh, let's just try and see what I can do little by little by little. And I'm like, if I don't put a sticker, I don't put a sticker. And also, part of the reason these are here, it got so empty here. I was cleaning off my table, my dining room table, and I keep all my stickers and stuff that I use in my weeks in this bin from, it's a bin from IKEA, and then I have all my sticker books. Well, Amy, in her infinite wisdom, was like, I don't want to do that up here at my desk. I want to have some separation and just go downstairs and do my stuff downstairs. Well, I took my book down, took my stickers down. Obviously, not a lot got done. So, in my infinite wisdom, I'm like, okay, this is not working. So I brought it back up and things started happening again. So this was the week 29. This was the 13th through the 19th. And so this was last week. And I wrote in what I could. Then I put in some stickers starting about Friday or Saturday or Sunday. I started with like, you know, this is ridiculous. And this is this week. And you can see how much better I have done for this week. Oh my gosh. And then this, I even have a little bit of next week. I wrote everything out and put it back in this morning. Sundays are usually when I do my setup for the next week. And I went ahead and did this for next week. But this turned out so much better. And looking at this, I'm like, I am so much happier with this than, you know, having it be blank or empty completely. And this is getting back to kind of where I was, you know, trying to in April. And March 13th was when we started working from home. But you can see that there's hit and miss the whole time. So, but I do this, and this is what just the act of putting stickers in here and using what makes me happy, because this is really the only place that I use stickers at all, just keeps me happy. And seeing a spread like this for this week just brings me joy. And I really, really like it. So that has made me very happy. And I have this set up for next week. Greg's birthday again there. And my Finding 52 for next week is just a little preview is trying to tackle all of those loose ends before the end of the month. So there we have that. And then in the back, I just have any kind of notes that I might need. And there's not a lot in here, just because I don't really carry this with me. So I get more of, I use the notes section more in my sneaker weeks, which is in my Filofax Malden, which is my wallet. So, but this one does have some notes to it. And I was writing out a longer version of what I was doing for Finding 52. And that fell off about week 13. And we are just ending week 30. So, yeah, that did not carry through. But that's okay. And then, so that is my self-care weeks. And like I said, in the beginning here at the front, well, where is it here? For today, like for this week, I have the Finding 52 here and what I've done for the Finding 52 there. And then I list out my orders and my shipments that I might have for the week, and then the things that make me happy here. And then I go back to the monthly view, and if I can get it to the right month, there we go. And then I write it here too. So what I've done for Finding 52, just so I have it as a quick reference. So there's that. And then I pulled this out because this is where I keep track of my health, and both physical and mental health. And my weight I track here. And then if something major happens, then I will write it here. Like on the 18th, I got up on the roof and I fixed the motor on the swamp cooler. We had dinner out at a restaurant for the first time in months, and I wrote that down. And anytime that I go out, I try to, where I would possibly have contact with other people, I try to write that in so I know. But just setting this up, there's no, I mean, that's basically it. But what I write down during the day, or for the week, or for the day itself in the morning, is whether or not I took my probiotic, if I took my AM medication and my PM medication, then my weight. And then kind of just go in about how I feel. If there's anything that it feels off, or if I'm having a pain, or if I've had an asthma attack or anything like that, I kind of do that. And there are days that I have missed. And usually when I have a blank here, I have not done any of my morning meditations. So that's usually the case, because this usually always gets done if I sit down and do my morning meditations. So I used to use this for my savers for Hala Rod's Miracle Morning. And I do a version of that for myself. And it's kind of a hodgepodge of Miracle Morning, the Daily Stoic, and journaling, and all of that kind of thing, all rolled up into one. So this is kind of, it's just whatever I feel like writing down that I think might be important. If I needed to go back and go, okay, when did these headaches start? Or when did my hips start hurting? Or when did my sciatic nerves flare up? You know, that kind of thing. And so that's what I use here. And this was this morning. So yeah, I do that. And if I'm having a bad day, or if I had a bad day, I will go in and note that. The night, when I'm there in the morning, I'm like, okay, yesterday was crap day. And then I'll note that. And that way I kind of have a sense of day to day how I'm feeling. And if I have any medical issues or anything like that, I've got them written down. So those are my self-care tracking books that I use on a daily basis. Like I said, I normally don't go back and fill in. I may do like a previous day and today, or, you know, if it's during that week, I can write down things anytime during that week like if I forgot something, I'll go in and write it down. But usually, like when I had blank days here or blank weeks, I won't go back in and backfill that because that's just too much work. And it's like, this tells me more of the fact that I'm just like, I just said, screw it, I don't want to do it, than, going in and having, one or two things done and just going, okay, was I too busy or was I just like done? So I would much rather see a week like this because this makes me very happy and I'm very excited that I had so much done in this week. So I'm feeling better about things and this helps. I have had a SelfCare Weeks probably the last 3 years for sure, maybe 4 years, but it occurred to me very quickly that the weeks format works very well for self-care. And as I said, that's why I use these stickers. I mostly use Coffee Monsters Co. and Once More with Love, just because I love the way they look. And I have them broken down by category. So I've got, just quickly, I'll show you how I got them broken down. Food and coffee and meal planning, date night and self-care, happy mail and planning time, training and moods, doc and workouts. So all my doctor ones are in there too. These are superheroes and Harry Potter. Travel and conventions are very small and will stay that way because we aren't traveling. And then I have pets, chores and vehicle. And I love the onesies. And so I've got a ton of Helen's animal onesies. So, and it just got to a point where I couldn't collect them all. But I do have her onesie sticker book. And so I do have quite a few, but I love them. Love them, love them. They make me happy. And I think those are all the little individual books that I've got. So that's how I've got my stickers separated. And they work really well in these little albums. And I do have sticker albums that I want to change things over. Like I've got some Once More with Love stuff in here. And all of that. But I just haven't finished sorting them out yet and putting them in, but eventually I will. But that is how I track my self-care in my Hobonichi Weeks and in my Hobonichi Avec, my Techo Avec. So if you have any questions, let me know down below, and let me know also how you're tracking self-care, if you are. This has been both a help and a hindrance at times this year. Usually I don't have a problem with it, but self-care has been hard since the pandemic. And so I am trying to get back into the flow of normalcy for me and trying to get my keeping track of health and self-care again has been harder than I imagined, but well worth it. So anyway, as always, spend the rest of your life celebrating because it is worth every moment that you do. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.